Good morning everyone, welcome to a video on discovering peace, being broadcast from Inner Space in Romford, London, England, and today's subject is discovering peace. I think that people's idea of peace normally is when there's no wars or there's no conflict in the family. It's a bit deeper than that to understand the Raj Yoga meditation or the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University's understanding of what true inner peace is. Because when people talk about peace of mind generally, they're talking about a situation where what makes their mind peaceful is connected to whether it be the day ahead of them is where everyone is kind to them and there's no viruses going on, there's no illness, there's no financial problems. I think this is what people relate to as having peace of mind when none of these things are going on. So it is quite an inactive state, really, people's concept of peace of mind. We're not really looking for peace of mind, we're actually looking for something to come from inside to make our minds peaceful. So that's something that's already there, which is in the Brahma Kumari's teaching, whereby you practice living from inside to out rather than outside to in, where you're actually recognizing a peaceless situation, recognizing how much people are heavily engrossed in discussing things of a very peaceless nature, and by your adding more to it, it's not going to really put the flame out, it's going to fuel the flame. So we're not really looking for peace of mind motoring or peace of mind, in the little cottage, escaping for a couple of weeks. We're actually looking to live in a state of peace, really, discovering the peace that's always been inside, behind all those thoughts of peacelessness that get triggered by people, by situations, by circumstances. There's a little story about this where God says to the angels, where can we hide peace where man can't find it? And the angels say in a submarine, because they won't they won't be able to get there, it'll be too far away from them. And God said, well, they've got underwater craft now, so they will find the peace if we hide it there. And another angel said, we'll hide it up in the air where human beings can't reach, because it's out of their reach, far beyond their machines can go. And God said, no, they've got spacecraft now which they can go into space and they'll find the peace. And then God came up with this beautiful idea where he said, we'll hide it inside himself, he'll never look there. And that's because it's the last place that people to look at. They're constantly looking outside, and when they talk about peaceless situations or what's making them peaceless, they might give the description of people at their work or the life that they're facing, and that's all connected with peace of mind. Well, the mind is only an organ that feeds off you, really. It feeds off you and it feeds off life. So it's a thinking organ, and so it's more like your child, your mind, which you're giving peace to through experiencing peace yourself. Because when you take us away from our roles, even for seconds, even when we sleep, when we're not so role conscious, we get this feeling of relief or release from it, and that's how we recharge our batteries. The difference in Raj Yoga meditation is that you're staying awake while you're actually becoming more and more peaceful, because peace is, the decoration, the garland around your neck really is actually something that's inside, that manifests outside when we don't interfere so much with peaceless thinking. So because people have got so involved in trying to make themselves more peaceful and sorting out situations, they tend to use negative personality traits like anger is for one, and the arrogance is another one. So they might shout at people to stop them. They might even bully people, into submission by a way of countering their peaceless state. And in actual fact, you really want a state where people can't make you peaceless, nor can people, or indeed situations, make you peaceful, because your peace is coming from within, inside. And so for this, the technique is it's quite a simple one, but it's very deep as well. It's actually separating, coming inside, away from even the sense organs of this body, because the eyes, the ears, the mouth, they all get pulled by peaceless situations. So you're withdrawing away from that. There's something to learn from the tortoise or the turtle, where they actually withdraw, and they're not running away because they're not fast enough, but they're actually withdrawing. And this withdrawing is actually looking after your inner state of mind, your inner peace. Excuse me. So you're not getting caught up so much. You're learning the art of withdrawing, detaching yourself from a particular situation, and the mind will start to become more settled, more relaxed, respond in a better way to how its owner, because we do own our minds, we are the controller of our minds. I can't blame you for me having the thoughts that I have, because I'm the controller of my mind. And so this blame culture has evolved because people did believe that other people were upsetting them. And even if someone says something, well, you've got two ears, so you can let it in one ear and out of the other. You don't have to take it on board. You don't have to envision the worst, start making a case against people, defaming them behind their back. All this is the expansion of a peaceless mind, a mind that has the belief that other people pull the strings, other situations pull the strings. And we kind of went from the puppeteer to the puppet. Because of that, we actually lost control to what we believed, who we believed was in control, and they never were, they never will be. So you will always be in charge of your own peace. So you've got a choice to think about those things of a negative nature, think of those things of a oppressive nature, and create more resistance, because there will be also the belief that until those things finish, I can't become peaceful. But these are just tests, really, that you're enduring, and the stronger you get, the more you'll pass those tests and learn to remain peaceful, not to think too much about what people say, not to allow the imagination to run riot about something, to actually take it inside and have thoughts about your own inner peace and how important it is to look after your space. So you've got your space between the inner self, yourself, and the sense organs of the body. That's really your space. Your space isn't out here, it's within. So you're keeping your space between your own sense organs. You're learning to master your own mind, your own sense organs, so that you are more selective what you say and you don't just speak like a machine gun, fast and furious. You know, your tone of voice is not going out of control. You're controlling everything now. You're the controller. And it's worth saying to yourself, I am the controller of my own mind. I am the controller of my own destiny. So that you start to feel that you're in charge of what comes in, rather than be out of control, not being able to control what's coming in. You know, you've got a false field of protection, really, when you're in your inner space. You're in the moment, but also withdrawn from the senses. So you can use the senses of the body and still practice being withdrawn. So the hands are just instruments that we use. The mouth is just an instrument of the body that we use. The eyes are the windows of the soul, so that you're actually nurturing your own inner peace. It's a strange one, but you actually create a self-realized state from not just knowing who you are as an inner being, but also when you change the effect of the external, that's energy that comes on your side to actually experience how strong and how powerful you are. You know, if it's a financial situation, if it's the floods that go on, the fires that go on, if it's family relationships, it doesn't really matter what it is, because you're neutralizing, making them all equal. They are just one word: obstacles. Obstacles that come your way and that come to pass, and they just need to be settled with you feeling settled. So you're not actually allowing, you know, when the obstacles come, that's when the obstacles go, that's when I'll feel peaceful again. When this person leaves the house, then I'll feel peaceful again. Not like that, but those things, they're only obstacles when I think about them too much. And I'm not having thoughts about myself, I'm actually creating a lot of thoughts about the inner self, because the inner self is very subtle. You know, it's the being that's the part of the human being. So it's separate to the body, but it's a being of light, energy, and it's power as well. And when you have these less quantity of thoughts, you return to the quality of feelings, which is the peace that is behind a thoughtful mind. The mind's been thinking and overthinking too much. It's been nurturing peacelessness inside. Peacelessness is not as powerful as peace, because it's just a misunderstanding. How you enjoy to be is peaceful, because peace is always working for you. You know, that's your true nature, which is peace. It's always been working for you in the background, but it's been working through a fog that's too attached to what people do, what people say. What I've done in my past is of no relevance. It's something that is all settling. So you're settling all the thoughts of peacelessness by thinking of thoughts of a peaceful nature. That your peace is your prize, really. And when you have pride in your prize, then it comes as a nice surprise. If you want to keep the rhyme going, because you actually realize how strong you are to not be affected by what people say or what people do, or it could be happening to someone else. You've also got to untie yourself from overthinking of other people as well, and never to think, well, I'm responsible for that person's welfare, because if you're being taken down as well, in actual fact they belong to God long before they belong to us. And in a sense, ownership is only an illusion. It's acquired ownership, and that's why we get so distraught, because it's not a good supply line for your peace and your happiness. It's very much an illusion. So when we actually talk about meditation, we're actually talking about creating a non-attached state of the physical senses, the body, the bodily relationships, the possessions, everything that we say is mine, everything that we say that is I of the body. We're even disconnecting ourselves from that I and my, and you'll start to feel high and mighty again. So peace is inside, behind the sense organs. So let's go there now in a meditation commentary that I'll give you, and all you have to do is allow it to happen. It's as easy as pulling a hair through butter. It's just allowing these things to happen, allowing peace to happen, and letting go of all resistance. So just a short video, and we'll do the meditation. So sitting comfortably, allowing the body to be completely relaxed, letting go of any tension of the body, breathing in deeply and letting go of any tension in the muscles of your face. And as you breathe out, just feel yourself letting go of any fears, any worries, any guilt that comes from time to time of the past. Just put a full stop, finish it forever. And now withdraw to a central point at the center of the forehead, behind your eyes. Let your thoughts be of the eternal, the light, the soul, the spirit, vibrating in the center of the forehead, behind the eyes, between the ears. Am I the peaceful, still and stable being of eternal light. Say to yourself, I am the controller of my sense organs. I am the controller of my thoughts. I am the master of my own destiny. I am the controller of my senses, the controller of my mind, the controller of my own destiny. I create a vision of myself in my mind's eye, a pure and peaceful shining star of light that resides within the body, but separate to the body. I create a vision of myself, a projection interacting with others, controlling myself, looking after myself. I see situations, family situations that are heated, and I am the one that is the cooler of the heat, the spiritual fire brigade, putting out the peacelessness, the fire of peacelessness of others, sharing my stillness, my coolness, sharing my peace, giving the patience and tolerance. My force field of peace welcomes others in. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.